Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? Here we are for the Derby d'Italia preview, Juventus versus Inter. You guys know this is my biggest match of the season, the team I hate the most. This weekend I'm not gonna have time to do a proper, a live stream preview, all that kind of stuff, but you can't miss previewing this one. But before that, just as I announced on the channel membership only view on my community, I'm going to be doing a channel member only giveaway, and it is going to be this t-shirt I designed at the beginning of the season. As I told my channel members, I designed this Limone Ball Enjoy Limone Ball t-shirt at the beginning of the season. I've been wearing it in some videos. Some people may have noticed it, some may have not. I really like the design, and of course it's for Limone Ball Enjoyers only. I wanted to reward, last week we did a giveaway for everyone on the channel, but of course some channel members have been members for ages, and I wanted to do something nice. And same concept as last time round. We have around 90 channel members at the moment. Usually it's around 30, but because Bin Veto, you guys may have seen him on the channel, he's been gifting out channel memberships left, right and center, so we've grown to 90. And those guys, of course, it's up to you guys if you want to renew that or not. Yeah, so we're going to do this random wheel of fortune. Who's going to pick a name randomly for us out of the 90 channel members, and and the lucky winner is, let's find out. The winner is Anthony Rico. Well done to Anthony. Definitely someone I have seen on the channel, very regular interactor on the channel. So make sure, Anthony, you get in touch with me to claim your Limone Ball t-shirt. Send me your contact details and of course your address, so we can ship you out this lovely t-shirt, which I haven't decided whether I want to release properly out yet, but this will be yours. I hope you are a Limone Ball enjoyer, and yeah, your size as well. I need your size, what size you want that t-shirt in, and we'll send it over to you. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the preview of the game. Sunday night, 7:45 p.m. kickoff for me here in the UK. Juventus, oh boy, we thought we had a bad start to the season, but man, they have even worse than us. You can ask Juve fans how much they've been suffering. Allegri ball is sufferable. Al-Qaeda ball, jihadi ball, whatever you want to call it, that is not not enjoyable at all. And the results are not there. The results have not been there in the Champions League. They've been kicked out. I think it's the lowest number of points an Italian team has ever got in the Champions League group stage. So they've disgraced us in Europe. But in Serie A, funnily enough, they're actually not even doing that badly. If they win against Inter, they're back up. And you can never count Juve out. I never count Juve out Scudetto challenge until it's mathematically impossible. And January, as we saw last year when they bought Vlahovic, when they bought Zakaria, they secure their fourth spot. So you can never rule them out just because of their financial power. But this is surely one of the weakest Juve teams we've seen in our recent times. Really, really weak Juve team. And at the moment, in terms of their injuries as well, they're missing a lot of players. At the moment, Vlahovic may be back. Allegri said Vlahovic, Bremer, and Di Maria will be back for the Inter game, which is funny, the fact that those three will be back just in time for the Inter match. So that's funny. But none of them are guaranteed to be starters, to be honest. This is the one football predictor lineup, so I don't know how reliable they are today. I didn't have time to take a look at Gazzetta or Sky Sport Italy. But it won't be too different. If Gatti doesn't play, then maybe Bremer was ready to start, but I hope not. I know some Inter fans have been making fun of the Bremer transfer because it doesn't look like it's worked out too much. But actually, if you've watched Juve, which unfortunately I've watched Juve this season, he's actually been playing. He's been one of their better players, Bremer. So it hasn't been a flop signing, as of course we want to make it out to be, because we missed out on him. But he has been one of the few positive players for them this season, Bremer. And Juve, quietly, if you look at this, if you look at the right column on the right hand side, Juve are actually the best defense in the league at the moment, which of course, when you play with such a deep line and terrorist football, it should be expected. But still credit to Allegri and their players that they've managed to keep out teams from scoring against them. So it's not an easy team to score against, although in the Champions League they've shown the opposite. Inter, on the other hand, we know, look at how far down on that right hand column we are. We're getting better. We're moving up that table. We were really down below, low, but we're still, level on goals against with Salernitana, Fiorentina, Empoli, which is still embarrassing. We need to continue getting more and more clean sheets. The problem with Juventus is scoring goals. It was last season, it is this season, only 18 goals. We've scored 25. But, when you look at the left-hand side, the table doesn't show much of a difference at all. Only 2 points behind us. Juventus, they are there in the conversation if they start, churning points, as they have been. They've won 3 games in a row recently, if you ignore the Champions League failures. But there is plenty of weaknesses in the team. I've pointed out, this is the Benfica game, of course, which they lost. It was looking like they were going to lose quite heavily. It was a 4-1 at some point, and they had like a pride reaction where they managed to bring it back to 4-3. But Bonucci playing out the back, Grimaldo wins it high up the pitch. This is where you can get them. They're not, the Allegri has no patterns of play. They don't play out smoothly from the back. So this is an area where Inter can target this team in terms of pressing some lines of passes. Here they lose the ball and then they don't recover in time. Bonucci completely loses his man. Gatti doesn't cover him. They're not particularly well drilled at the moment in some moments, and here they concede a goal. Crosses, this is Maccabi Haifa. They got beat 2-0 by Maccabi Haifa, which is crazy. This is probably their most embarrassing moment of the season, but they were just peppering them with crosses like this, and this is definitely an area where I can see Di Marco, if he starts with, I think 95%, he will be starting ahead of Gosens. This is where we need to be targeting Edin Dzeko, Lautaro, Dumfries coming in at the far post. This is where we need to be targeting them, especially if Bremer doesn't play. But even if Bremer plays, this is an area that they can be targeted for sure. We can have some joy, and we have been getting some joy this season anyway. And then Szczesny's not been in great form. Juve fans are even arguing that Perin should be starting ahead of Szczesny. So if Szczesny does start here, he got beaten at his near post where he should never be getting beaten. And even the other day against PSG, he wasn't looking too confident. So, have shots on goal. That's what I would say to Dzeko, Martinez, and everyone else. Have shots on goal against Szczesny. And here's the predicted lineup for Inter. I think, I don't even need to take a look at, Sky Sport Italy or Gazzetta for this. I think we know what the starting 11 will be. Brozovic should be back on the bench. He won't be starting. He's only come back recently to team training. And so I think usual. I think the only ones are, is it going to be Darmian or Dumfries? We know Darmian sometimes is started if we know Inzaghi wants to have a more defensive game, but we need to go at this Juve team. I want Dumfries to be there. As I said, I want him to be in the opposition box for those headers. Di Marco crossing it in. The only other 50-50 is probably Acerbi and De Vrij. Again, I'm not too fussed who it is between Acerbi and De Vrij. De Vrij showed a little bit of struggle as against the Choupo-Moting last time round. So if it's Vlahovic or Milik, I'm happy either way. I'm confident with both, either Acerbi or De Vrij. But it has to be Bastoni, has to be back in for sure. And of course, Capitano Skriniar needs to be there. And I'm happy about Onana starting. I looked at the highlights of the team of the game. If you guys remember the 1-0 victory against Juve last year at the Allianz, and we've only beaten them twice in 10 years, guys, at the Allianz away. So there's a reason for that. But Handanovic was so shaky that match. I don't know how we kept a clean sheet. Juve killed us that game, but we got them Cortomuso. We out Allegri Juve in that game, so maybe it's going to be another one of those. But I'm much more confident with Onana in goal than Handanovic. I don't know how we kept the clean sheet that game. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, Juve will probably match up. It looks like a 4-4-2 here, but it's definitely a 3-5-2 recently. Kostic for me is the guy to watch out for. You guys know I was calling for Kostic to be the Perisic replacement. He's a volume crosser. He's a one-trick pony, but his one trick is very effective. So we need to watch out for those Kostic crosses, just like the Di Marco crosses for Juve. I'm predicting a 1-1 draw, to be honest. I feel like Juve will have, once again, just like they did last season, they had the best performances against us last season, but we managed to get the wins against them. So I think there will be another difficult game, to be honest. Inzaghi, he needs to be beating Juve, to be honest. We've failed every single big match in Serie A this season, so he needs to win one. But for some reason, I saw how Juve played against PSG. Even though they lost, they played really well. So I feel like that will give him a little confidence boost. We lost against Bayern Munich in the midweek. I know we were heavily rotated, so maybe we're coming with a little bit of a lower morale. And I just think, they'll be up for it. It's the Derby d'Italia. These young players coming in, Fagioli, Miretti, adding that youthfulness, that exuberance as well, which hopefully we can take advantage of. They're inexperienced, but we need to be taking advantage of their injuries. Like, this is a weakened Juve team. We should be beating them. But my prediction, after saying all that, is a draw. I just see a difficult game where Juve put up a really good performance and we don't manage to take our opportunities. I can see Dzeko and Lautaro missing some opportunities for some reason, but hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, that was a quick preview, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I will be here for a full match reaction, so I will be here for that. No long match preview, but there will be a long match reaction. And yes, congrats to Anthony Rico and Benveto. You guys know, I guess we can call him the full-time sponsor of the channel, said if we beat Juventus, we'll do another giveaway to one of the subscribers of the channel, just like we did the week before. So make sure you keep a lookout for the instructions of what you need to do to win that giveaway if we beat Juventus. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoy that. Ciao ragazzi, forza Inter sempre. Let's beat these Juve scum.